Hello everyone! Welcome to a very special video. It's going to be our first exclusive YouTube video on the channel. Hopefully get to do more of these. We'll see how well this one is received. I would really appreciate it, just first and foremost, that if you like what we're doing, then give the video a like. Maybe leave a comment down below, maybe give us a subscribe, do whatever you want to do. It's YouTube, it's your life. You can do whatever. We're just going to make content and kind of see how you guys react. Because we like making it. And going to be playing Magic anyway. Why not get it on YouTube? So, going to be playing some red-black mid-range today. You can see the deck list there in front of you. There isn't that much interesting about the deck list. You know, I'll maybe go over some of the flex slots here. And I'll go over the sideboard as well. You know, for example, I'm not going to go over the fact there's 4 Fatal Push and 4 Thoughtseize and 4 Fable and Mirror Breaker, you know, just some of the real pinnacles of the format. Pillars of the format? Probably pillars of the format. But we'll go over some of the more obscure choices. So, for example, we have Goblin Dark Dwellers at the top of the curve here. Goblin Dark Dwellers is fine. I don't think it's amazing. I'm still trying it out. I think this is going to be the last hurrah for Dark Dwellers if I'm not impressed by it in this league. The reason we are playing it though is because in theory land, being able to cast Colligan's Command and return a Goblin Dark Dwellers and then cast Goblin Dark Dwellers and cast Colligan's Command with the Goblin Dark Dwellers, like that's really, really good. And that's powerful. I don't like Goblin Dark Dwellers without the Colligan's Command. Without Colligan's Command, I think Goblin Dark Dwellers is just really, really underpowered. You know, you can play it and you can flashback a Dreadbore, like, you know, that's decent. You can flashback a Thoughtseize, that's decent. But in this particular build, I think it's fine. But we're going to find out at the end of this league, really, whether I like it or not, and my suspicion is that it's gonna get cut, but we'll see. We do have the powerful 3 mana spell to go with it. I had a long look through Gatherer to see if there are any other like really powerful 3 mana spells that could be cast with Goblin Dark Dwellers. I think Colligan's Command is the best of them, so that's not amazing. I don't think. Like, Colligan's Command is a good card, but yeah, it is what it is. Also in this list we have the 1 Strangle. We've talked about Strangle on the podcast before, but just to reiterate, I think Strangle is really, really good. It's essentially Fatal Push number 5 here, because having a 1 mana answer to you know, a Planeswalker or, you know, a mana dork on the draw, for example. So they play Elvish Mystic, we Strangle. We, you know, having that answer has been really, really good so far. And also on turn 4, having a 1 mana removal spell and then playing a Graveyard Trespasser or a Bone Crusher Giant or a Fable and Mirror Breaker is just really, really good. It's a really, really good tempo play. So I've really, really liked Strangle so far. 1 Kalitas. So Kalitas, as time has gone on, it's just not doing enough, I have found so far. Like, it's really good in the aggro matchups, you know, in your burn matchups, your humans matchups, you know, it forms a brick wall in and of itself, and then you get incremental value from there on. And it's a must kill or you're going to win the game in those matchups, I find. But in basically every other matchup, it's kinda dead. Like, even the matchups like Phoenix, where you'd think, oh, you know, Kalitas, you can kill an Arc-like Phoenix and then it gets exiled instead of going to the graveyard. Setting that exact scenario up is actually a bit time consuming, and doesn't come up very often. Like, they do have quite a few ways to get Kalitas off the board, for one thing. So yeah, I have found that you know, 1 Kalitas is probably the sweet spot. I do want 1 in the main deck somewhere currently, and I want access to 2 in the 75, so you'll see there is 1 in the sideboard. I wouldn't hate cutting all the Kalitas from the main deck either and replacing it with something else. I think that's totally fine, totally reasonable. Maybe something I'll even look at in the future, but for now, happy with the one copy of Cletus that's there. Second Croxa, I've been really impressed with the second Croxa. Croxa is just your main route to victory in some matchups, like Mono Green, where you're trying to halt their early mana with your removal spells and then tear apart their hand. And Croxa puts on the clock and tears apart their hand. You know, it obviously makes him discard a card as well. So Croxa, it's also just a really good discard to Fable the Mirror Breaker. And the blood tokens generated off Blood Tithe Harvester. I think it's better than... Obviously you can play 2 Croxa and 1 copy of Tenacious Underdog, like that's reasonable, but I don't like Tenacious Underdog. That's maybe another story for another time, but I do like having access to the second Croxa here for the reasons we just went through. And I think Hydra Mauling is the only other kind of potentially unusual inclusion in this list. Hydra Mauling, I wanted one of the modal double face cards, and I have seen a lot of people playing with Shatter Skull Smashing. Shatter Skull Smashing, like, yeah, I mean, I think having the option to have it come into play untapped could be relevant. I'm trying out Tiger Mauling for now because I think having access to Murder might just be better than the Shatter Skull Smashing. But we're gonna find out. My suspicion is that I think Hydra Mauling is better for now, but my opinion on that could change. So, moving on to the sideboards, explanation of the sideboard cards then, and the choices. We have 2 copies of Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair is the kind of mirror breaker. I would rather not cast any other cards in the mirror, I don't think. I know there have been some people maybe advocate Glorybringer in this spot. Glorybringer is fine in the exact mirror. You know, it dodges Fatal Push, dodges the sorcery speed removal. The thing about Glorybringer for me though is that, you know, the dream scenario, you get to kill a creature and a planeswalker, and then the Glorybringer is probably going to die to Dreadbore or Chandra Minus. Invoke Despair, you just cast it, you generate all your advantage straight away, and, you know, you move on with your life. I think Invoke Despair is just really, really good for that reason. The downside is the quadruple black. It's never really came up for me where I can't cast my Invoke Despair. I think the mana base is pretty well set up to not allow you to not be able to cast this on 5. You know, you've only got 1 basic mountain, for example, 2 copies of Den of the Bugbear. It's just something to keep in mind whenever you're playing your lands, especially the Lightstep pathways. Whenever you board in your Invoke Despair, you pretty much always want to be setting this to Blightstep rather than Seer Step. But yeah, Invoke Despair, you cast it, you kill their guys, you draw cards, they lose life, might even kill a Planeswalker. What's not to love? You bring it in against all the mid-range decks and all the control matchups as well. Blue-Eye Control, it can be tough to resolve a 5-mana sorcery, but we just have cards that we have to board out, and something has to come in. Invoke Despair comes in. And if you do get to resolve it, it's going to be pretty good. Alpine Moon and Epic Downfall. Alpine Moon is literally just for Lotus Field and Nykthos. I'm not super happy about it because I don't think you win the mono green matchup by turning off Nykthos. I think if you turn off Nykthos, then, you know, you still have to deal with everything else they're doing. You know, they're still playing their old growth trolls that are turning sideways. They're still playing Cavalier of Thorns. You know, there might be it might be Anissa, it might be a Karn. I don't think attacking Nykthos alone is going to win you that matchup. It'll help. You play turn 1 Alpine Moon and turn it off, and then focus on killing their guys. It'll definitely help. But yeah, I just wish this was, you know, something with a body. I think the way you win the mono green matchup is by applying pressure, and Alpine Wind doesn't do that. But it's here, and it is really good against Lotus Field. Just turning off the Lotus, it's hard for them to win. Epic Downfall, similarly, mostly for mono green, but it will come in some matchups as well. So some of the more fringe matchups that I can't really think of off the top of my head, but I have definitely brought it in against other matchups that aren't mono green. Epic Downfall against mono green is really good, obviously because Old Growth Troll and Cavalier of Thorns, they have when this creature dies triggers. Being able to exile them gets around that, so yeah, earns its slot there. Unlicensed Hearse, Duress, Go Blank. I mean, these are the cards we're bringing in against Phoenix, but anything that really interacts with the graveyard, Unlicensed Hearse is good against those. Phoenix. Duress comes in the control matchups, and any deck that's looking to cast Treasure Cruise. Treasure Cruise is kind of the bane of our existence, apart from mono green, I guess. But it's really, really difficult for us to win whenever our opponent is able to successfully resolve a Treasure Cruise, in my experience. And Duress obviously helps with that by getting rid of the Treasure Cruise. So they come in those matchups. So Phoenix, it's really good at hitting Temporal Trespass as well, which is another way you can lose. Yeah, I find if you do get rid of the Treasure Cruise, then the matchup is heavily in your favor. You just kind of control the board and eventually kill them, hopefully before they find another Treasure Cruise. Go Blank then also comes in the control matchups, and comes in against Phoenix. Obviously being able to exile the graveyard against Phoenix is really good for obvious reasons. I won't insult your intelligence by telling you why. Go Blank is just, yeah, I mean, just being able to, having that extra clause on Mind Rot of being able to exile the graveyard as well has made Go Blank, or Mind Rot, I should say, pretty playable. It's not amazing. You'll bring it in against blue-white, again, for similar reasons to Invoke Despair. I think that you don't have better options. Like, they'll discard 2 cards, it'll be pretty good. It'll be better than the copies of Fatal Push, for example. Yeah, you'll be okay with it. This is your anti-aggro package then, the Path of Peril Extinction event, which also comes in against mono green because all their relevant creatures are odd. So Extinction event really good against them too. But against aggro then, we have the Path of Peril, we have the Extinction event, we have the second copy of Cletus, and we have the spot removal spells in Lava Coil as well. So yeah, I think with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and play some games. So we have a Pioneer League, and we're gonna get right in there. See here, the last league we had 3-2 finish. Yeah, I mean, my records with this deck so far have been pretty positive. I really like the deck. I do think it is one of the best decks in the format. I think if you're not going to be playing this deck, you definitely have to have a plan for it, whether that be in the sideboard or some techie mainboard stuff, or just by playing a deck that beats red-black. I think that's another thing as well, that red-black doesn't have any absolutely awful matchups. I think the worst one of the heavy hitters in Pioneer is definitely mono green, but I don't think it's much worse than 60-40, and yeah, I don't think it's much worse than 60-40. Like, it's not unwinnable. Definitely in mono green's favor, and that's what I really like about this deck. There are no completely unwinnable matchups of the established decks. Like, I have joined some queues where they just, decks that go completely over the top of you are generally really bad matchups, but they aren't really players in the commonly seen decks in the league, so they're not something I'm too worried about with red black. So it's taking a while to find someone here. I think another thing then to say about that on the other side of that coin is that red black doesn't have like any really like runaway matchups, like, you know, 90-10, 80-20s. And again, like, I think all the creature based matchups, here we go, are generally really good. I think we match up pretty well there. I think the matchup again that aren't mono green, I suppose, I'm more talking like the aggro matchups, I think are all pretty much in our favor. I think the blue-white matchup is very good for us as well. Let's see what our opponent is showing up with here. Alright, this hand is fine. Well, I mean, it's got 2 copies of Fatal Mirrorbreaker, so it's actually pretty good. The main question here is going to be whether we want to cast the turn 1 Thoughtseize or not. I'm leaning towards yes. I don't see any real reason not to. We don't have a Blood Tithe Harvester to cast on 2. We do have a Stomp, so I suppose it depends on the matchup. Okay, so this looks like it's probably going to be Phoenix. Okay, well now we have a Blood Tithe Harvester. I think it's more important for us to play a Thoughtseize here. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. Oh, it's a creativity matchup. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna take the creativity and pass turn. We are gonna need a red source. That is for sure. Easy game. Yep, so we don't need to stomp anything. Not that we could anyway, no matter what land we played, so we'll just play the Lochthwain, so we have the Haunted Ridge coming into play untapped. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and play Fable here. General rule of thumb I have found so far is that if you can cast Fable, you probably just want to cast Fable. We are going to get Prismari commanded, I am sure, but that is fine. We can possibly discard Bone Crusher Giant and Blood Tithe Harvester next turn. Oh, drawing 2, discarding 2, and creating a treasure token, that's fine as well. Obviously looking for another copy of creativity, which would be bad for us. Discarding Riverglide Pathway and Magma Opus, sure. Paying 2, that's not good for us, and here comes a bunch of red mana, and we're dead. So, yeah, that was fun. Nice. Torrential Gearhulk, cast Magma Opus, sure. Very good. I mean, what can you do? So this one, kind of one of those matchups where, you know, they are going over the top. They making life very difficult. So yeah. Yeah, I would, in all honesty, like to discard Bone Crusher, and yeah, we just need, I would like to find a Fatal Push for the Elemental token. That would be a start. 2 copies of Blood Crypt. So, our options here, Graveyard Trespasser. I think we just have to play stable again and do some more looting. So gonna go ahead and do that. It's gonna be very hard to win this one. Very, very hard. Giving it a good think. 2 copies of Fire Impulse, sure. Makes sense. Take 9, go to 7, untap, and potentially just die. Ooh, okay. Trigger abilities on the stack. Yes, I would like to do that. And I would like to discard these cards. Thoughtseize, and another Trespasser. Probably not gonna do it. We can go to 5 and then play a Trespasser. Doesn't seem amazing, but what else are we going to do? We could play a Blood Tithe Harvester. We could Thoughtseize and a Blood Tithe Harvester. And then loot. Problem with that is we would have to chump with either the Reflection or the Harvester. I think what we want to do is we want the Reflection to not have Summoning Sickness anymore. Play a Blood Tithe Harvester. We can get this Elemental token off the table at the very least. I think that's the plan. We start with Thoughtseize anyway. Kenzin is a charm, Prismatic Command, Torrential Gear Hulk. Okay, so yeah, I mean, so Kenzin allows him to cast Torrential Gear Hulk, so guess we just have to take that. They are going to is a charm the Reflection, so that puts paid to the other idea that we had here, which I guess now means like we can't take as a charm here because they're just going to play the land Torrential Gear Hulk and kill our guy anyway. Prismatic Command also just does that, so the only thing we can do here is take Torrential Gear Hulk, and this does allow us to double spell if we use all our mana. Now we can Trespasser. This dies, we chump with the Trespasser. Don't like it. Definitely don't like it. Although if we play Blood Tithe Harvester, then they just get done tap, and yeah. So we have to play Graveyard Trespasser, because they just kill the Harvester with the Prismari command that they have anyway. So we have to do this. Not looking good. Reflection gonna die. So we were just dead on board to channel Sokenzan. I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, they can just deal Prismari Command. They can just send a Prismari Command to our face, can't they? Haha! That'll show us. Okay, so yeah, definitely want some of these Duresses. Unlicensed Thirst seems pretty good as well. So there's Go Blank. Are we just going to board pretty similar to Phoenix? Kalidas, I'm pretty sure it does nothing. Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, I think we do want the body to potentially race. Strangle isn't going to do anything, and neither is neither are these bits of sorcery speed removal. These fatal pushes don't seem great either. I can kill Magma Opus tokens. Dreadbore can kill a Resolved. Torrential Gear Hulk, which I guess is a thing. Cletus just doesn't seem great here at all, so I'm pretty sure it goes no matter what. I think this is probably fine, so please go. Please come in. Anything else we would want here? Invoke Despairs don't seem that bad. Maybe better than the Dreadbore and the Fatal Push. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's try this. I'll play first. Yeah. Yeah, sounds fine. If we can draw a land that comes into play untapped, I'd be pretty happy about that. Like, we don't have any of our sideboard cards, which is potentially a reason to mulligan this hand. But at the same time, like, we've got a curve. We can beat them down. Maybe we should just be mulliganing aggressively to Thoughtseize in this matchup. Because we've literally got no way to stop creativity. They're going to keep whatever that card was. Yeah, I can believe this was a mistake. Let's hope. Oh, Fably boy. Oh, Duress. Okay. So, we don't need to cast that this turn. Because they can't Magma Opus, create a treasure token, play a land. They still wouldn't be able to do it anyway. So, yeah. We can just Duress them next turn and play a Fable this turn. Alright. Okay. Yes. We definitely want to discard something here. Almost certainly. It's just how many cards do we discard? Because this turn I think I want to go Haunted Ridge, Graveyard Trespasser here. Could even go, well, obviously Duress as well in there. If the token gets to attack, could even play Chandra this turn. So could also get greedy and discard the land. I think it's a disaster though if we don't draw another land. So I am going to play it safe here. I'm going to start this turn off with a Duress. Okay, lots of copies of Magma Opus. Okay. So there's a Fiery Impulse, there's an Ether Gust. How much do we care about Ether Gust? I guess we'd rather not try and face down an Ether Gust. Their turn is going to be reasonable here. Although, we get around Ether Gust pretty well this turn by just playing a Graveyard Trespasser. So I'm tempted to just take Fable. I don't think I care about Ether Gust that much. Sure. And Graveyard Trespasser. We'll get this one out here. Definitely want to go for their graveyards instead of draining them for one whenever they've got cards like Dig Through Time in their hand. Yeah, my move is discarded. Draw another land, so we have perfect information here. They could just cast Dig Through Time here while they have the opportunity. Don't think that would have been unreasonable. Another copy of Duress is pretty good for us. Attack, and tear apart the graveyard a bit more. Gonna cast Dress again. They're probably going to respond by killing the Reflection. So, alright. I'm gonna look at 2 new cards, and maybe we'll nab creativity in there. That would be not bad. Sure. Dress, and they're left with Dig Through Time, Torrential Gear Hulk in there as well. So definitely less inclined to take Dig Through Time now, am I? No way they can cast both next turn. Maybe I do still take Dig Through Time. If they draw a land, like they have to draw a land to Gear Hulk into Dig, which is obviously pretty good for them. We could just take Ether Gust, and then they just get to cast a Dig Through Time for pretty cheap. Or they can have a 5/6 and just kinda go big. Yeah, I'm just gonna force them to draw the lands here and cast the Bone Crusher Giant. They drew a land. Cool. Okay, so definitely in trouble now. I mean, of course, they're just gonna target the Magma Opus anyway. Sure. Yeah, I don't think you wanted to target the Bone Crusher Giant, just taking some damage for no reason there. Right. play Chandra, kill the elemental token, keep the Bone Crusher back on D. Probably gonna just be what we have to do. Apologies if you can hear my dogs there. They obviously don't like the scenario either. No attacks. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Okay, very unlikely we can win now. We still have the Ether Gust as well for our Goblin Dark Dwellers. And it's just an example of a scenario. Goblin Dark Dwellers just isn't going to be that impressive. Yeah, our only instants and sorceries are Duresses and Thoughtseizes. Another option that's available to us, drawing a card and losing 4 life. Because playing any of these just doesn't seem amazing, to be honest. Sure. We'll just Thoughtseize and Bone Crusher, I think. Oh, the Ether Gust is gone. Yeah. Sure, guess we'll take this one. Pretty far off being able to cast Magma Opus. Plus, we get to Dark Dwellers it away. Good old Goblin Dark Dwellers. This isn't a lost cause yet, you know. We do still have bodies. Like, they have to stay on D now. Colligan's Command is real good. Colligan's Command is like the best card we could have drawn there, I think. So, yeah, I think we're going to return one of our cards and destroy an artifact, so we could also just put them to dead next turn to the Bone Crusher by dealing 2 to them. No, it's probably a little on the greedy side. Let's return the Bone Crusher because it deals 2 damage anyway. Choose this artifact. Black, red, red. Yeah, our opponent's still drawing pretty well. We'll just put that on top though. So that just delays the inevitable more than anything. Go ahead. Excited for a dig through time here. Nope, Spire Bluff Canal. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Because they are. So now I think we just make them discard the card and destroy an artifact. And then we don't have to worry about this Magma Opus being a thing. Magma Opus is basically dead though. Yeah. I think we still go for our other line. They can just channel this into a treasure token anyway, and it means we're still gonna lose to a top decked Magma Opus in all likelihood. So yeah, return a creature and destroy target artifact. Same again. And pass. Uh-oh. Well, that sucks. Wow. Cool. Okay. Starting to feel a little hard done by. But it's fine. We're still gonna win. Untapped land is a really good start. Hager Mauling, not the worst, I guess. So yeah, we play this as a land and hope we're not dead. And obviously hope they haven't drawn another copy of Ether Gust. Yeah, that's the line. Off you go. We're on to cool. Nice. All right. Yeah, that sucks. Not sure if we could have done much differently there. I guess in their draw step we could have Colligan's commanded and made them discard a card to play around them drawing a copy of Creativity. Could have been correct. Maybe we just didn't need to return a card from our graveyard. We could have obviously Hagrimallinged the Torrential Gearhulk and hope to draw an untapped land next turn and knock on the 2 here. Could have also been an option. Could have played a Bone Crusher Giant to trade with the Elemental token. There's a lot of things we maybe could have done differently instead of going all in here. So, I mean, they only had 6 lands, so it's not like they could have killed us with a Magma Opus. It had to be Prismari command, so I don't hate that. They've already got a Sokenzan in play. I doubt they're playing a second Sokenzan. So yeah, it's kinda has to be another copy of Prismari command to kill us. Which isn't that unlikely. They also have like dig through time to find a Prismari command, which is probably something that's way bigger consideration actually. That scenario is also pretty likely. So yeah, I think maybe the thing to do there in the end is to make them discard a card, destroy the Torrential Gearhulk, and that prevents this from happening. I still have my 4/3 that's going to eventually kill them anyway, and then if I draw an untapped land ever, Goblin Dark Dwellers is just going to do the last 2 points of damage. Yeah, okay, so I think that's where we went wrong. But onwards and upwards. Round 1 loss means nothing. If we do have any viewers of the stream here, I think you'll all be aware that we're on the hunt for the DJ trophy anyway. And for those that don't know what a DJ trophy is, it's a solid 3-2 finish. So that's just always got to be the goal, right? Alright. Round 2. 0-1, but it's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to mulligan. They have mulligan to 6. Let's just hope that they are not playing blue-white control. I think every time that I have uttered those words, they have been playing the deck that I don't want them to play. I would love to see so they're playing blue-white control. Not a bother. We're going to play Den of the Bugbear in case we draw a Hive of the Eye Tyrant, because they are playing, like, there's Nightside Chance of Spirits, I suppose, in which case I'm going to look really silly. Oh, yeah, I'm going to look really silly. That's fine, though. Yeah, I think we're going to play this Blood Tithe Harvester anyway. Got no real reason to turn on an Extraction Specialist yet. Another copy of Thalia's Lieutenant, that's fine. We're just going to trade here if they offer it, which they don't. Totally understandable. We draw a third land, that's great for us. So now we're just going to push this plus Stomp, I think. Going to get in for 3. And is there any reason not to Stomp this now? Yeah. Might have something that we would rather Stomp. Experiment 1. I don't think that counts. Thoughtseize pretty good too here. Let's start with that. Pack Leader, 2 copies of Adeline, Reflector Mage. Not concerned about a Pack Leader at all. The second copy of Adeline could be an issue, so I guess I'm just going to take one of these Adelines. Yeah, and I'm just not going to care about a Reflector Mage either. Attack 3. We're just going to pass again. There's definitely a world here where we loot with the blood token, such as now, assuming they're going to play an Adeline. Or we'll loot with the blood token and fiddle push the Adeline. Yep. So let's go ahead and do that. Discard Croxa. Colgan's Command is pretty good. So they have Reflector Mage, Werewolf Pack Leader in hand. Totally fine with that. Question is, do I want to do that right now? I could also just play a Graveyard Trespasser. I could also play Stomp, hold up Fatal Push. Isn't unreasonable. Yeah, I think we're going to Stomp, hold up Fatal Push. We're just going to pass and see what the line is. Because we could, yeah, we're just going to hold up everything and see what their action is. Werewolf Pack Leader. Okay, so yeah, we have a pretty easy turn here of Stomp plus Fatal Push. Blood Tithe Harvester is just going to go all the way. The little Blood Tithe the Cood. So yeah, we're gonna play a Bone Crusher here. Pass turn. Feeling pretty good about this one, must say. So they can play Reflector Mage, bunch the Bone Crusher, go to 4. Still gonna be in a lot of trouble though. Yep. Yep. Oh. Target of a spell. Okay, sure. That also works. So yeah, gonna be okay with trading off here. Trespasser, and what you hit with Trespasser is relevant in this matchup because of Extraction Specialist, so we'll take the pack leader here. Couldn't cast Bone Crusher Giant because of Reflector Mage, obviously. And we win. Okay. Humans. So, as kind of discussed earlier, anti-aggro package comes in. Not a matchup where we want Epic Downfall. I don't think. Goblin Dark Dwellers probably comes out. Trespassers are fine. They do deal with Extraction Specialists somewhat, so I am okay with them for that reason. Soren is fine, Chandra is fine. Thoughtseize, don't hit Thoughtseize in the matchup either. Chandra, I could believe, is a little clunky. Oh, Croxa is almost certainly the cut, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Colligan's Command was pretty decent there. It still kills quite a lot of cards in the ideal scenario, at the very least. Yeah, Croxa just isn't going to cut it. Graveyard Trespasser is a little mopey, and Golden Dark Dwellers is a 5-drop against an aggro deck, and yeah, like, it could be Necrotal, but not sure that's exactly where we want to be. I think all these other cards are going to be better. Ship it back. This hand's very medium. I think we can probably do better than this. This hand is very, like, aggressively average. So, yeah, I think we can do better. So let's ship this. I mean, yeah, this hand's better. So we'll keep. And guess we're going to send this Trespasser away. Alright. What you got? Hopeful Initiate. Yep, that's a 1-drop. Yeah, we're gonna Thoughtseize, and maybe they only have 1 2-drop. Oh, they do indeed. Okay. I mean, that collected company's gonna come get us, which is the thing. I don't really care about this 2-drop that much. I might still. So I was training exactly. Attacks with another creature of greater power. Yeah, I'm not sure I overly care about this Charming Prince, so I am going to take this Collect Company. Prince, we're going to scry 2, I imagine. Yep. 2 cards in the bottom. Okay. Okay. We're all right with that. Bone Crusher Giant's a really good draw. I think we're just going to stomp the Initiate straight up. Shift turn. Hope they never draw another good card in their life. Win the game. Magic's really easy when you put it like that. Like, so simple. Oh, the turn comes back to us. That's Fatal Push. Fatal Push, pretty good. Just gonna play this Blood Type Harvester though. You know what I hope this doesn't mean though? Is that they're sitting on a million more copies of Collected Company. That would suck. I'm not sure what we would do about that. Toski? Okay, well, Blood Tithe Harvester deals with that, so I'm not going to block. Yeah. They do get the draw card, but, you know, I think that we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Gotta kill Toski. Get out of here. And then we're gonna play this copy of Fable Mirror Breaker. And ship it. Toski's interesting. Like, it's really good against all of our other removal spells, but perhaps not exactly Blood Tithe Harvester, which we saw there. Do I want to block? That is the question. I think I do. I can't see any reason I'm going to need 5 mana next turn, so yeah, I'm gonna snap up a block here, I think. Pay costs. Okay, that I thought that made Kythian indestructible, so I just had to be sure. Oh, yeah, okay, well, there's a Collected Company. Probably bad for us. Yeah, there's a Thalia's Lieutenant and an Extraction Specialist. So, couldn't have gone worse. This went from looking real good to really, really bad very quickly. Yeah, okay, so yes, discard this and discard this, I guess, and hope there's a Path of Peril somewhere here. No Path of Peril. Okay, so we're on 13. I have 1 card in hand. I can Colligan's commands make them discard their last card. And kill Thalia's Lieutenant. Seems fine. So you discard a card, I'll kill Kythian. We'll kill Thalia's Lieutenant. We'll take 10 next turn. Yeah, there's not much else we can do about this. Ship it. The last card was Botanical Sanctum, sure. Oh, that can't attack or block, of course it can't. Okay, so a little better for us. But not much. Did draw something they can cast, which is bad for us. We didn't want that to happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. Blood Tithe Harvester. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. So, we get the Dreadbore, the Specialist. Then we get to play Blood Tithe Harvester. Ship the turn. What do we got? I think we take a trade with the Charming Prince here. Or with the Hopeful Initiate even. In fact, that's definitely what we do. Any more collected companies? Okay, cool. Untap Hydra Mauling. Okay. Don't think we want to hold up Hydra Mauling. I think we just want to play a Bone Crusher Giant, to be honest. Like, we're not just dead to a removal spell here, so we've got time if they do have something. And if they don't have anything, then having this Bone Crusher Giants on board with Hydra Mauling backup is just way better. Path of Peril. Now that is a good draw step. What do you say? How about that? Alright, now we just have to try and kill them really quickly. Worth remembering, Hydra Mauling costs 3 currently. Charming Prince, they're gonna scry 2, it's fine. How are we stacking? This is probably pretty important. I don't want to loot with the blood token no matter what here, I don't think, so. 1 card goes on top. Kalidas. The hits keep coming, and they don't stop coming. So, I don't overly see any reason not to attack with Bone Crusher. They can play Reflector Mage and then attack for 2. Is there any disaster scenarios to play Reflector Mage plus Thalia's Lieutenant? There's not much I can do about that anyway. So I think we just have... Like, we're kind of in a scenario where we just have to play as if they don't have it, right? I could believe this is aggressive. I could believe it. But I'm pretty sure we win if the turn comes back to us. With a Kalidas on board. Oh, they're paying costs very quickly. It is a Reflector Mage. Charming Prince attacks. Sure. We do get to loot away this land here. Which we do. Draw another land. think we'll still hold on to that. Past turn. Hydro Rolling, absolutely an instant. If they play a basic land, actually, yeah, I think this is a reason to play a land. If they somehow play a basic land, we're literally just dead on board. So I think we want to try and play around that. Let's just have a fun fair game where we move to combat. Let's just move to combat. All I wanted to do was move to combat, and you had to just go and cast a Collected Company, which is the card I did not want to see under any circumstance. Any whiffs? Absolutely none whatsoever. We are more than dead. Cool. Alright, we tried. Ugh. We tried to fight hard. Yeah, no changes. Run it back. Don't think we lost that game because we attacked a Bone Crusher Giant. I think we would have lost that game regardless. I guess the only thing you can argue then was it a mistake anyway? This hand isn't great. Mulligan. This hand's decent. Gonna keep this Pachandra on the bottom. Our opponent's also mulligan, which is something. We're gonna pay the 2. Because if they have a Hopeful Initiate, I do just want to Fatal Push it. That's fine. Castle Lochthwain, we'll pass back. I'm not sure it would ever come up really, unlicensed hearses, whatever, sure. Don't care about that. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain it would ever come up, but I wonder if you ever pay 2 life on turn 1. And then your opponent doesn't play their 1-drop. I wonder if that's a thing. So you should just always shock yourself, even if whether you have the Fatal Push or don't have the Fatal Push. Reflector Mage, sure. Okay. Yeah. I think we're just discarding a land. And playing a Bone Crusher Giant. In all likelihood this turn. Yeah, you got it. Not good. Valley's Lieutenant, sure. Valley's Lieutenant number 2. Okay. So our Fable is going to transform here, which is going to trigger Revolt. So we can get this Reflector Mage off the board. Which is exactly what we want. I'm gonna Lava Coil this copy of Thalia's Lieutenant. Then we're going to hold one copy in case they have Adeline. Pretty sure I don't like Unlicensed Hearse in this matchup against us. I'm generally pretty happy when our opponent casts it. Cool. Cool. Just a werewolf pack leader. Okay. Alright. That, of course, could have been way worse for us. Dreadbore. Not bad. Gonna lava coil this. So they can crew their unlicensed hearse and trade. Fine with that. Still fine with that if they trade with the actual Bone Crusher Giant, though. Question mark. I think we just attack with this one. Because we have absolutely nothing else going on. Otherwise, yeah, that works for me. Oh yeah, and then they get to eat 2 cards. Well, really glad I did it this way now, because that is a thing they can do. So yeah, now we have to Dreadbore this, I think. Hopefully, they don't have anything too good here. Nothing problematic, just play like an experiment one or something. Just play an experiment one, it's fine. You don't have to play anything crazy. You don't have to play... I mean, Thalia's Lieutenant's a little annoying. Yeah, especially if you have another human, which, probably should have been cast first, but it is what it is. Alright, tick 5. Any good draw steps for the lads? Not going to count Thoughtseize. I am not going to count Thoughtseize as a good draw. So, I think we're in Activate Castle Lochthwain territory. Doesn't feel great, obviously, against the aggro deck. Okay, another Thoughtseize. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Oh, no, don't want to have 6. Definitely don't want to have 6. Paying costs. You love to see it. Hopeful Initiate, sure. Just all triggers all the time. Obviously, Fatal Push would be great, Blood Tithe Harvester would be great, Path of Peril would be, in all honesty, ideal. Extinction Event's pretty good too. No attacks. I'm pretty happy with no attacks. Blood Tithe Harvester. So I get to kill. I can kill a copy of Thalia's Lieutenant, but then I'm not left with a lot afterwards. Like Bone Crusher Giant then has to jump here. We would take 3. Which probably isn't the worst thing that's ever happened. And then the turn after we would get to kill a copy of Thalia's Lieutenant. We would take another 3. Like, we're not playing Thoughtseize, that's out of the question. They just have nothing over there. The other thing we can do here is keep the reflection on defense. So we can just make a copy of a Bone Crusher Giant and use the blood token this turn to discard a copy of Thoughtseize. Oh yeah, they get to kill the reflection here with Hopeful Initiate. This has text. So yeah, we just don't do anything with this because we could draw like Dreadbore or Stomp or something that we might want to cast. Den of the Bugbear. Yeah, probably gonna lose. Probably going to lose now. Yeah. So what are our best blocks here? I mean, I could do something like this and go to 1. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Fable. I mean, yeah. Means we continue to not be dead. Yeah, I mean, Fable's pretty good. Cannot complain about it. Fable of the Mirrorbreaker draw here. Dead to Reflector Mage, dead to Brutal Cathar. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Probably dead to Collector Company. There are a lot of bad draws. Okay, we're in combat. We have the opportunity to double block now. Which we should probably take. Yeah, because we've got Den with the Bugbear on defense, right? At the very worst. Not sure what punishes us for doing this. Like, if they had another copy of Collected Company, I would have expected. Okay. That punishes the ever-loving daylights out of us. Valorous Stance. Okay. So Kanzan can keep us alive for a turn. And maybe trade with an Experiment 1 if they don't draw another human next turn. I guess that'll have to do. Yeah, I mean, lands is not what we're looking for. Okay. This works too. Fiddle push. Right time. Alright. Time to turn the screw then. We need this game over and done with. If at all possible. Here we go. Just keep drawing blanks. Don't pay costs. Costs are bad. Costs are the devil. Experiment 1. Okay. Resolves. Resolves! You can have that one. What is this music? I am sorry. Shit. So, before blocks. Oh, no. No attacks. Alright, well, we're gonna kill this. I was going to say before blocks we want to cast Fatal Push just in case they have another Valorous stance. And then we actually have the information that we want to block. Extinction event. So we can get rid of the 2 copies of Experiment 1. Tokens are obviously even. So, yeah. Is that the line we want to take then? They would go to 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just get these experiment ones off the table. Don't think we care all that much currently about them though, is the thing. Like they can trade with Den of the Bugbear, but that's fine. I think, honestly. There you go. Yeah, it's gonna be close. This is going to be close. Oh, baby. There's definitely a point in time where I didn't think we were winning this game. Yeah, just... what can I say? Played superbly, of course. No, I'm sure there were a few mistakes in there that I would love to review. And if anybody in the comment section saw those mistakes, you can go ahead and let me know. Go ahead and let me know. So yeah, those are the kind of creature matchups that I think are our bread and butter. The matchups that we're kind of preying upon. And I would happily play against them all day, every day. Just don't want to see mono green or combo decks in general. And yeah, everybody's happy. Like, your combo matchups aren't unwinnable. I think with a bit more luck on our side, maybe a bit more skill, let's be honest, we could have won one of those games in the creativity round. Not saying we would have won the round by any means, but yeah, I think hopefully it showed that those matchups aren't unwinnable. We're going to keep this. This hand's pretty decent. Our opponent has also kept 7 cards. Don't see any reason not to Thoughtseize here. And we're playing against a Wasteland Strangler strategy. This Arcana area. When these lands enter the battlefield tapped. Alright, that could be annoying, I guess. We're going to take one of these Mana Elves, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to take like Elvish Mystic. Then the plan is to Fatal Push the next one. And then Harvester the Aspirant. And then we have to play against Archon and Wasteland Strangler. I think that's fine. That's the plan, and we're sticking to it. Our Elves has been played. Ooh, Graveyard Trespasser turns on the Wasteland Strangler, which could be awkward, I guess. Yeah, kill this. Courtyard, Aspirant. Thoughtseize, good draw. Start there. Ooh, a Collected Company, eh? No, thank you. So, I mean, we are kind of in trouble already. Like, they're going to play an Archon here. It's going to be a 3-4. Well, no, it's not going to be a 3-4 because they don't want it to die to a Blood Tithe Harvester. But it will eventually be a 3-4, and it will eventually kick our asses. It's hoping for a land there, to be honest. Goblin Dark Dwellers and the Fatal Push on this Aspirant is kinda where I would like to be. An opponent owns from exile. Oh, okay, that changes things. Yeah, that's fine then. Get this out of here. So, keeping the Harvester back on D, does that mean we could double block? It does, so I think that's what we're going to do. Thalia isn't that big a deal yet. Especially not because Blood Tithe Harvester can just kill it. Tiger Mauling's pretty good. So we can Blood Tithe Harvester the Thalia, Tiger Mauling the Aspirant, and go to town. I think that's the line. Particularly care about Archon of Myria currently. Okay, Tiger Mauling has been good so far. Another copy of Archon resolves. We know their last card is a Wasteland Strangler. Another Blood Tithe Harvester, that's fine. I think what we're going to do though is trade a Trespasser with one of these Archons. Get this value out of here. Oh! We don't want a double block, so why no attack then? Who am I to say? No attacks. Llanowar Elves. Strangle's a very good draw. Although it means we can't play a Blood Tithe Harvester. So, yeah, let's just stick to the plan of attacking with these. We'll get rid of the Galactic Company, and this one will not have a target. Blood Tithe Harvester. And do I want to just activate one of these blood tokens now? Discard Goblin Darkcrawlers. I think that's fine. Actually, no. We're just going to send it back. I can envision a world where Blood Tithe Harvester wants to eat this Archon of Marius, so... Redain, sure. Some kind of like hit-bearsy type archetype. Is that what I'm seeing here? I'm gonna go ahead and strangle. I'm gonna go ahead and strangle Redain. And then Blood Tithe Harvester is going to kill Archon. And then we're going to attack for 3. We're going to set a stop in the upkeep, potentially. Well, I mean, we can't cast any more spell this turn anyway, so let's get this Redain out of here. Any chumps? There's a chump, okay. So I'm going to turn this stop off again, and probably just stomp them at the end of their turn. Or stomp a Wasteland Strangler comes down. They've been very patient with this Wasteland Strangler. I think that probably could have been cast a long time ago. It's not like I was ever going to exile any of my own cards anyway. Alright, well, it's another Galactic Company deck. Seems a lot more mid-rangey though, so I want my Invoke Despairs. They had like Redains and Archons. Epic Downfall might be okay. Lava Coil probably just better though, but not on the draw. Not sure I want this on the draw, just because it doesn't kill any Mana Elves. Kalitas. How do I feel about Kalitas in the mirror here? Not overly enthused, I don't think. Yeah, I definitely want to keep some number of Thoughtseize in. To Mize a Galactic Company. other than that, I don't think I want to sideboard too much else here. Nothing else seems that amazing. And everything here seems pretty good. So I'm just going to run it back. Oh, when I say run it back, with 2 less Thoughtseize and 2 copies of Invoke Despair. Yeah, this hand deals with Mana Elves and has Fable and Mirror Breakers, so what more could you ask for? Temple Garden, Mana Elf, Shaper's Sanctuary. Oh, alright. That's a Shaper's Sanctuary. Sure hope I don't have to target any of their spells. Yeah. Okay, well, no 1 or 2 drop off the back of that I am very okay with. I'll just play another Hive here. No reason to play anything else. Blooming Marsh and Big Finish. Welcoming Vampire, okay. Oh, I see. Alright, well, can't Fatal Push that anyway. Gonna go ahead and play Fatal. Sure hope they don't have a way to draw like 3 cards this turn. One card will have to be acceptable. Okay, tick 2. Okay, yeah, so discard these 2 lands here. Thoughtseize. Yeah, I can play Chandra, Fatal Push the Archon, let them draw 2 cards. Obviously I'll want to do it in the other order, but I mean, it kinda sucks, but having a Chandra on board makes up for it. Sure. And we're better off doing this in their turn as well. Don't want them working off full information for their turn. We'll let them cast something first. Another copy of Shaper's Sanctuary. Okay, well, yeah, I guess. Don't want them to draw 2 cards. Go blank. Sure, I'll discard this and this. Okay. You know, all things considered, things could be going much worse for us. Command's somewhat interesting, but not really. Great Analysis. Probably just going to play these 2 this turn. 2 reds. Play a Fable. Okay. And play a Graveyard Trespasser. And get this out of here. Yeah, really, things could be going much worse for us. Like, Shaper Sanctuary's drawn, like, replaced itself, and that's it. Wasteland Strangler, yeah. Finally got your Wasteland Strangler value after all this time. Another Wasteland Strangler? Archon, okay. Cave of the Frost Dragon. Okay. So there's a decent chance I don't use this. Because I can kill the Archon and send in the lads, which doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I like this. So they're gonna go to 7, they're gonna go to 5, I'm gonna go to 3. Yeah. Should theoretically have done this first, but I think I just want to deal them. Yeah, I definitely just want to. Do I want to just deal them the 2 damage or play the Blood Tithe? No, I just want to deal them the 2 damage. And yeah, stick to the plan. Attack with everything. I'll trade with the Trespasser, that'll go to 4. And then we'll deal 2 damage to them and make them discard a card. We're just going to do that now. Discard a land. Okay. Alright. Feeling pretty good. This one just has flying, right? Yay! So, yeah. Shaper Sanctuary, you can board in all the copies of Shaper Sanctuary you like. And I'll kill your creatures instead. I'll kill you with things that actually matter. Not bad. Alright. Round 4. Like I said earlier, if you do happen to be enjoying this, let's be honest, phenomenal gameplay and phenomenal playthrough, please do give us a subscribe, like the video, comment all my misplays down below as well. All that interaction, like the good and the bad, makes it worth it. It just means people are watching, and that's all we care about, really. The very astute of you will have noticed at this point, and I don't blame you for not having noticed, but the very astute of you will have noticed that it's just me. I'm holding the fort today, just me, DJ, no Kieran. We were going to stream today, but Kieran's throat is a little scratchy, a little sore, and he's a little not well, so hopefully he's feeling better soon. So I thought I would get a head start on the YouTube stuff. So here we are. Round 4. Yes, I would. Sandra has lots of black mana. It's probably fine, is my first instinct. Yeah. It's not amazing, but we have quite a few draw steps here, I think, to draw the red source. This could be Shatter Skull Smashing. It could be Shatter Skull Smashing. A point of mulligans, so feeling pretty decent about that now with our Thoughtseize. I assume they're considering what to put on the bottom. Yep. They have kept their 6. Alright. Let's hope it's vulnerable to Thoughtseize. It is not overly vulnerable to Thoughtseize, would you believe? Alright. So we can take one of the 1-drops and be in a position where we have to draw a red source in the next 2 turns. I think that's doable. Yeah. I'd be surprised if it was right to take anything else there. Sure. It's not a red source. One more turn to draw red source. Oh yeah, alright. Getting copyrighted. Alright, so they have a Nykthos and we're dead. Yeah. They have lands plus Karns, so we are going to lose this game. Like, we could have taken Karn, but this turn we would have just been staring down Cavalier of Thorns, so that's not great for us either. Reeling Darksteel Citadel. Cool. Okay, this game's over. Unfortunate. So Hydra Mauling absolutely could have been Shatter Skull Smashing there, and yeah, we would have been fine and dandy, I think. But it wasn't, and we're not. So let's have a look then. So this matchup, definitely want Extinction Event, definitely want Epic Downfall. These Alpine Moons, I guess. And this isn't really a Graveyard Trespasser matchup. They just go over the top of Graveyard Trespasser very easily. You do want some numbers still, I think, because they can be pretty good at getting a Storm the Festival out of the graveyard. I think Sword's pretty bad here as well. So I think that's the other cut. Lava Coil is a consideration, especially on the play. It does get Old Growth Troll out of the way. And on the play it also kills elves, so yeah, I think I like that actually. Guardian's Command isn't cutting it, and once that happens, the Dark Dwellers, I think, go as well. They do have Menace, so they can get through some board states, but yes, I would. Okay. This is about as... like, this is the sort of hand we want, so we just have to hope that that is good enough. We'll definitely take Llanowar Elves this time. Well, actually, no. We can take Kiora. Kill the Llanowar Elves. I don't hit that. Yeah, we're gonna take Kiora and kill the Llanowar Elves. That's what we're gonna do. They're gonna play Forest, they're gonna play their Llanowar Elves. That's the same one, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's even better actually. We get to stomp it instead of lava coiling it. We can save the lava coil for a troll. Where's Boseiju? Sylvan Caryatids, that's annoying. Extinction Event is pretty good. I'm gonna play this Bone Crusher. Forest. I see, okay. So they have Storm the Festival plus Old Growth Troll. In other lands they can cast Storm the Festival, so I would prefer that not to happen if it can be avoided, to be honest. Does that mean we lava coil the Llanowar Elves this turn? It might do. And then try and give ourselves a chance to Croxa the Storm the Festival out of their hands. Maybe I do that first actually. Maybe I play Croxa this turn and see what they discard, because they might discard Storm the Festival. If they don't, then yeah, okay, so not discarding Storm, so we'll kill the Llanowar Elves then. Good luck. We are no growth troll dying here, so alright. 4. Time to trade some punches. Epic Downfall. And Blood Tithe Harvester. And go. Five mana Cavalier of Thorns. That's really annoying. Alright, so we're not stopping a Storm the Festival all of a sudden. So I think we have to make our peace with that. So, ideally, they Storm the Festival into like 2 Old Growth Trolls. I'd say that's unlikely, but I don't think we have anything else we can do here. Like we can extinction event for even. Okay, well there's Nykthos, which is just. Let's pray for no whammies. That's gone about as. It could have gone worse, but it's still not good. Let's see what Nissa does. Puts Elvish Mystic into their hand. Okay, so that absolutely could have been worse. Take 5. And you get to untap, yeah. And play an Elvish Mystic. Alright. Challenger could be good. Yeah, I think we just have to do this and go odd. Attack Kiora. Continue to pray for no whammies. Okay, 5, 6, 7. So I think they can only generate 9 mana here. Yeah, so. And pass. Like, they're at a spot now where land or spell is good for them. That one in particular is pretty good. God, that one is obnoxiously good. Oh, okay. Didn't overly expect that. Okay, that's a good draw. Exile top card. No. We'll have a coil this. Dreadbore this. Continue to pray to all that is holy, that there are no whammies. Karn the Great Creator is a pretty decent draw. Incredibly annoying. There's Alpine Moon, which is kind of one of the reasons I don't really like Alpine Moon. We'll attack Karn here because I would kind of like to activate this blood token. Thus, Shrine to Nyx. Yeah, we're in trouble. Nickel Bolas into Karn, pretty good. Sure. Alright. Here you go. I think I did take Colligan's command out as well. A little awkward. Not sure what we can draw here to get us out of this. We just needed them to brick a little longer. Certainly not that, so let's discard it. Trebor is a little too late. Alright. Well, we fought hard. That matchup isn't good. Like, I think we had an opener that if we could choose what cards went in it, it'd be something like that, and like we came close to winning, but we didn't win. The matchup is bad. It might be worse than the 60-40 I gave it earlier. Yeah, just hope to dodge mono green all the time, I think. Last round. Playing for the DJ trophy. No mono green. No mono green, no combo. Matchmaking failed. Rude. Got kind of dark in here all of a sudden. Let me turn the light on. Let me turn the light on. You get to see that I am spectacularly underdressed for this as I walk away. No mono green. No mono green. Alright. Good luck, us. Sounds reasonable. Gigantha has entered the companion zone. Okay. A Rakdos sacrifice strategy. We'll Thoughtseize then. It's a lot of redundancy. Guess I take an anvil. Not super happy about it though, I don't think. Sure. Just getting the oven out of there. Okay, so that turns on their deadly disputes. Unless I just... Yeah, I'm just gonna stomp this, right? Like... Yeah. Now they seem pretty dead in the water. Sure. And I'll just play Bone Crusher here. not the shortcut. I thought it was. Surprised no pay to put Gigantha in hand. There, to be honest. So yeah, we're just sacrificing our own anvil to get these disputes online. Deal. Colligan's command has to be one of the greatest draws of all time. That's pretty good, I'd imagine. Can't Fatal Push now. They have Deadly Dispute up, so not like we're going to be Fatal Pushing a Construct token in response or anything like that. We're just going to attack 4. They're going to block. That is fine. They're going to Deadly Dispute away their token. That is also fine. I am going to go ahead and play this Graveyard Trespass here. Sure, I'm just going to get this out of here. Don't think it overly matters. They still have Deadly Dispute in hand. Same the Firstborn, yep. That's fine. And then they're going to dispute it away, which will also be fine. Back the blocks. Ooh. That's much worse. Alright. Create a devil. Create a devil. Okay. And a Voldaren Epicure. Yeah, pretty good turn all rounds for them. Do you want these Obnixili off the table? I'll go to 10, that's fine. Good Fatal Push this, channel Sokenzan. This attacks this, these both attack there, they go there, kills one of those, Obnixilus dies, this one stays on 2. Don't like that all that much. I think what we're going to do is make them discard a card and deal 2 to this Obnixilus. Discard a Deadly Dispute. Attack this one. Exile. Exile this. It's fine. Place your step pathway. There is an Urborg in play after all. Lose 2 life. opponent might have forgotten that they have a Gigantha. Suits me, I will be honest. So here, I think we're just gonna Fatal Push and then play a Fable. Annoyingly give them a knight to kill this Graveyard Glutton, but hopefully they just don't, right? Exile this and this, sure, why not? Okay, up next Listine. And Fable. I'm the firstborn. Alright. Who else can smell an Ob Nixilis? Who can smell it? I can smell it a mile off. There's Village Rites. Works for me, I think. Doesn't overly work for me, those couple of draw steps. That again works for me. Yes, please. Just tap for 2. I think now I'm going to sell my one because we can cast Croxa, or we can escape Croxa. I'm gonna play this land because we honestly might be in a spot where we castle Lochthwain. We would, of course, prefer if they discarded a card here. They've elected not to. Have they? Oh, no, still don't. Yeah, okay, no. We are not doing that. That's a tilt, because I assume it means we're dead. What kills us here? We're about to find out. Mayhem Devil. Yes, that does in fact kill us. Oh. Wait, what? No, we were dead. Oh, sir, we were... Sir? Sir? Sir, we were dead. I mean, we're still dead, but we were absolutely dead. Like, we were dead on board, right? Because they use their blood... Oh, no, they can't use their blood tokens. Okay. But... yes, they have forgotten this has ward anyway, which isn't going to matter in the long run, let's be honest. They're just gonna untap and kill us. think we have to castle Lockthwain. And hope to draw like a Dread Boar or something. Okay, I literally took out my Hidetsugu Consumes All from the sideboard before we began, so cool. Not 100% what I want in this matchup. I do want Hearse. Seem to be a little lower to the ground. Cletus goes to overclaim the Firstborn and stops any cat shenanigans. Go blanks, I mean. Don't think go blank does anything. Because they'll just do whatever they need to do with the cat anyway. A couple of copies about Nick's list, but I don't see anything here that I'd want to board in for that. What do we want out? Colligan's Command seems pretty good. Croxa, maybe not what we want. Not sure, I haven't actually played this matchup. So, I am not 100% what we might want here. But I've still got some time to think about it. I guess the same old mantra of just take the Thoughtseizes out. Yeah, it's like Thoughtseize only good on turn 1 whenever you can get the Oven, right? So I think we just have to do this, and then this is the next best card, so alright. Okay, yes I would. The DJ trophy is on the line. This hand doesn't seem particularly amazing to me, to be honest. Like, with no answer to Mayhem Devil, no answer to Cat. We're relying on some good draw steps. Is that good enough? I'm leaning towards Mulligan. Like, Invoke Despair's fine as well. It's not like going to win us the game or anything here, I don't think. You know what? I am going to keep... We do get a blood token off this. Gonna hope that that carries us a long way. And let's just be honest, our deck's filled with hits, right? Deck's just gotta be filled with hits. Croxa. I mean, we're obviously still gonna Blood Tithe. That's a cat. That's an Oven. Just everything. Cool. Okay. Just everything. Imagine being so lucky. So I don't think there's any other way I want to sequence this, right? I think I just let them do the whole block thing and drain us for one. Now we Colligan's command. Yeah, I don't think there's a better way to sequence this, right? Tell me in the comments below if there's a better way to sequence this. Sure. Maybe doing a pre-combat lets us get 3 damage in. Is that true? But then this way just lets us force them to discard a card, right? Which is pretty good. Discard a card, destroy target artifact. I think that's pretty good. Let's do pathway, sure. Some aggressive cat usage. Hopefully that doesn't mean they just don't have the second oven. If they attack with the cats, I think that's a good indicator that they don't. Okay. Okay. I can live with this, I think. Question is, do I want to cast Croxa or just discard it? I'd be tempted to just discard it. Yeah, let's start there. Just discard Croxa, we'll draw the cards, we'll draw a Fable, that's very good. Very nice, very lucky. Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute. Sure. I would like to pay 2 life. I would like to play this copy of Fable of the Bear Breaker. I would like to pass. I think this has turned out well so far, considering where we started. Let's see where it goes. Play mine. Play non-licensed first. Well, I don't think that could go much worse for us. We're probably still fine, but that's really annoying. Definitely makes me want to discard Goblin Dark Dwellers. Let's see the Fable here. They're just deciding whether they want to do this now. I guess they don't have to. They are 2 pretty good targets for it. Okay. I would like to discard these 2 cards. Yes, I would. I would like to discard this and this. See no reason to keep a Dreadbore about currently. No, I'd rather this in play in case I have to discard it. And we'll just go ahead and cast this one. Tough decision on what creature to sack here, I imagine. I guess No, I mean, they can't even sack theirs. Cost 2 power to crew. Village Rights, the Cauldron Familiar. Okay, so we just get to draw an extra card and deal 2 extra damage. I think that's acceptable for everyone involved. It'll push the Goblin token, sure. Yep. Yeah, free reign, sir. Phil Merryburger, sure. It is going to get pushed for what it's worth. Yep, and a second copy of Fable. Alright. Copies of Fable is a little annoying, just because it's a good card more than anything, right? So I can stomp, Fatal Push 1, and then play a Bone Crusher Giant. I think is going to be the line. Just keep getting aggressive. Fatal push this one. And if they animate the hearse, then maybe just play Bone Crusher Giant instead of playing another Fatal Push. Yeah, that is exactly what I will do. Uses our mana better. Getting a 4/3 on the board is going to be better than 3 damage now. Especially when they're in a scenario now where they don't necessarily have a creature to crew it with this turn. They're going to see a lot of cards here. Okay, there's one they like. They have discarded a Blood Crypt. Thinking about whether they like the new one. Yeah, a second copy of her seems like overkill. Cauldron Familiar, sure. And an Anvil. Well, Blood Tithe Harvester is going to start machine gunning some stuff. I feel pretty good about that. to kill this one. The crew, then we'll fiddle push. Sure. And we will, in fact, fiddle push. Yeah. Attack with all creatures. Then I just want to get this Bone Crusher Giant on the board, so... Oh, no. We want to stomp the familiar and play this one. And it's your go. Okay. All right. We're not gonna cut it. Removal spell, Blood Crypt. So, our options here. We can kill Reflection with a Blood Tithe Harvester. We can also kill the Trespasser. But I'm pretty sure we want to kill a Reflection, because one of the ways I think we lose this game is if we let them go off with 2 copies, but then that's not going to happen either, right? That's just not going to happen, because they have to do that in our end step next turn when we just Blood Tithe Harvester everything again anyway. I guess if they draw a removal spell is how that goes wrong. Kill the Trespasser. Yes. And they have to block with something here anyway, so... This thing's a bit more trivial. Attack with just the Bone Crushers here, because then they get otherwise they get an easy trade with the Blood Tithe Harvester. But maybe easy trade with the Blood Tithe Harvester is fine. No, I like this, because they trade with the Blood Tithe Harvester. We've still got this machine gun online. Okay. For all the marbles, it's all come down to this. Don't think we make any changes here. Run it back. For the DJ trophy. Yeah, we'll play first. Yeah, begin the game with 7 cards in hand. Yeah, I think we are as well. Just have to hope they don't have any of the nonsense. No nonsense, please. So no cats, no ovens. Let's have a fun game of Magic. Another Epicure, sure. Okay. Having a fun game of Magic also involves me drawing my 3rd land, so Fingers crossed. No discard. I'll take 2. Tempted to stomp one of them, but if they play Fable, then I want to stomp the Goblin token. Okay, so they don't have 3rd land, and they're still not discarding anything. I think then I will stomp an Epicure. Oh yeah, it's really bad actually. Okay, that's fine. You just got like a billion for ones. It's fine. I'm gonna allow them to use their Deadly Dispute. We're just down a whole card. It's fine. So yeah, I want to play Fable because then I want to play Kalidas. So yeah, this helps us do that regardless. So if they kill our token, we can discard 2 cards, draw land, hopefully claim the Firstborn. That is also to be expected. I think that's why there was an argument for playing Graveyard Trespasser instead, but now that all this has happened, I think we're better off than the other way, because we get to play Kalidas, hopefully. Yeah. I want to discard Strangle for sure. Could be Dark Dwellers. Like if they play Unlicensed Hearse, a copy of Unlicensed Hearse here, it's like atrociously bad. But then Dark Dwellers in the Strangle is potentially really good. I think I'm going to discard a Trespasser. I'm going to draw a Trespasser anyway. Okay, cool. I'm going to play Kalidas. Which can't be claimed. So, feeling pretty good about that. Can be Fatal Pushed. To tap land. To Mayhem Devil. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, gonna need an untap lands here to deal with this Mayhem Devil, I think. Which was probably a reason to keep the Strangle. Yeah, we're just gonna draw an Invoke Despair. Which is, in fact, going to invoke a lot of despair from me. Yeah, discarding the Strangle could have just been really greedy. There's probably a line for me to win this game, but this Mayhem Devil is just going to kill me, I think. It's not over yet, though. Take this Epicure. Boy, sure wish I had a Strangle right about now. When we slammed Kalidas? Possibly. feel like this game was winnable. I think it still is, don't get me wrong, but it involves drawing an untapped land next turn, that's for sure. Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. So am I just dead? I really could just be dead. 6 damage on board. And things that are being sacrificed. Go to 9. Can only block one of these. Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, I mean, opponent's draw was very good. Oh wait, no, doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Absolutely could be a universe where no matter what I did, I lose that game because their draw was pretty good. I'm a little annoyed though because I feel like that was winnable. Yeah, I'd like to go back and kind of review that and see. But oh well, not a great start to the video journey on the YouTube channel, but what can I say? Any mistakes I've made, feel free to point them out down below. If you've enjoyed, give us a subscribe, like the video, comment down below. It would really help us out. We would really appreciate it. And also, we stream every Tuesday and Thursday on twitch.tv/PocketJacesPod. On Tuesday, we record our podcast. On Thursday, we'll be playing, I'd say 95% of the time, we'll be playing Magic. So come join us there. We'll always be live from about 8 o'clock in the evening, British time. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. And yeah, thanks.